I'm sure you've heard the news. Palestine's UN envoy recently delivered a heart-wrenching plea. His message was clear. The need for peace and justice is urgent. The international community must act decisively. His address was not just a speech, it was a desperate call to action. The envoy spoke of families torn apart, homes reduced to rubble, and futures stolen. He reminded the world that behind the statistics are real people. These people deserve dignity, freedom, and self-determination. Concrete actions are needed to alleviate the suffering of the Palestinian people. Justice delayed is justice denied. The time for empty promises is over. The time for action is now. The Palestinian narrative is one etched in displacement and dispossession. For over 7 decades, they have endured the pain of exile. Their ancestral lands have been transformed into settlements, their history rewritten. Millions of Palestinians are scattered across the globe, living as refugees. They are denied basic rights, their lives confined to overcrowded camps. Each generation inherits the trauma of displacement, their identity intrinsically linked to a lost homeland. The ongoing occupation has created a humanitarian crisis of immense proportions. Access to basic necessities like water, healthcare, and education is severely restricted. The world must recognize the historical injustices inflicted upon the Palestinian people. Their fight for justice is a fight for humanity itself. The Israeli occupation casts a long shadow over every aspect of Palestinian life. It manifests in countless checkpoints, arbitrary detentions, and restrictions on movement. This daily humiliation strips Palestinians of their dignity. It suffocates their economy, stifles their growth, and fuels a sense of despair. The expansion of settlements further exacerbates the situation. Each new settlement chips away at the possibility of a viable Palestinian state. The international community's silence on this issue is deafening. The impact of the occupation extends beyond the physical. It inflicts deep psychological wounds on generations. The dismantling of the occupation is not just a political necessity, it is a moral imperative. The Palestinian struggle is not theirs alone to bear. It is a global responsibility. The international community played a role in creating this crisis. Silence is complicity. Inaction is a betrayal of the values of justice and human rights. World leaders must move beyond rhetoric and take concrete action. The implementation of existing UN resolutions is crucial. Accountability for violations of international law is essential. The world must send a clear message. Oppression and injustice will not be tolerated. Their hope for a better future must be our hope too. Despite the bleak realities, the Palestinian people cling to hope. Hope for a future free from occupation, where their children can grow up in peace and security. Hope for a world that recognizes their humanity and supports their right to self-determination. This hope is what sustains them. The pursuit of peace must be relentless. We must amplify Palestinian voices, challenge injustice, and demand accountability. The path to peace is fraught with challenges, but it is a path we must travel together. The Palestinian people have endured unimaginable suffering. Now is the time for the world to stand with them, to demand a future where the rights and dignity of all are respected.